Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Break for 8 for Dementia Care Partners, where we do about 8 minutes of dementia education or tip, share a tip or two, and then follow that up with an 8-minute or so relaxation or meditation activity. Because as a dementia care partner, you undoubtedly deserve that. So today, first of all, my name is Anne, and today I just wanted to finish up or wrap up the week building on our earlier conversations about the importance of meaningful or purposeful activity in combating boredom, feelings of incompetence, lethargy, anxiety, depression, and so on in a person living with dementia. Because, even though their brain is changing, the desire to function independently, to be useful, to create something is still there because the essence of them is still there, the humanness, right? One of the questions that I get asked a lot for, how do I introduce activity? How do I know what to try? How do I help them when they're stuck? And one of the things that I wanted to share with you today that I think could hopefully stimulate some creativity on your part is to just start thinking about and reviewing what you know about your person, what you know about their life history, what their interests are and were, what their preferences are, meaning like what they like and what they don't like, because this information is golden. And even though there are a lot of dementia experts and educators out there, you are the one that has the best access to this personal information. It's like a treasure chest. We just have to figure out how to tap into it. So as an example, I just wanted to show you a form that I typically ask families to fill out for me before I start kind of doing companion care work with their person. And it's just a simple kind of one-page form, and it helps me get to know them before our first meeting. It helps me start thinking about some activities we could try together that would interest them and hold their attention. And it also helps me to avoid topics, that might be upsetting to them. There's a lot of things that, we definitely want to avoid. So let's see, I'll show you the list here if I can read it all. And by the way, I'll put a link to this in the comment section, or if that link doesn't work, just feel free to email me and I'll send you a copy, and I'll also put my email, my info@sweetbasilcare.com email in there so you can email me. So if you can see, it simply lists a few great things at the top, like when are they happiest? When are they anxious? When are they sad? Those types of things. And then we go into more life story types of things. Where did they grow up? What kind of family did they have? Did they like sports? Where did they go to school? What kind of job did they have? Did they do volunteer work? Did they serve in the military? Those types of things. And then I think we get down to preferences as well. So what kind of food do they like? What don't they like? What food or drink don't they like? What do they have any political or religious views that I should be aware of? Kind of these are sort of the things like, I want them to like me. So they'll want me to come back. They'll be agreeable to working with me again. So there's all sorts of things on this list: sports, crafts, games, card games, chores around the house they like and don't like, that type of thing. So you can see from this list, I get all sorts of ideas now to help me at least start a conversation. Like maybe I want to ask them about their hometown, or maybe I'll even bring along an article about their hometown, and I'll ask questions about it and we can read it together. Or if they enjoy yard work, or tinkering in the garage, maybe ask me to show them around and tell me about the stuff they're working on or what they've accomplished already. And I also think music is on this list too. Music is a great one because it's so easy to introduce, because we all have a phone app or a music app on our phones, right? So that makes this impromptu, like an impromptu game of name that tune or a sing-along pretty easily. And actually, I'll just quickly share one of my favorite memories of one of my first clients. He was so great. I'm going to call him Paul. And he loved Frank Sinatra. And even though he was pretty far along in, his dementia journey, I would say moderate to moderate severe stages of dementia. Maybe next week we'll talk about stages. See ya. But he could identify a Sinatra song within 8 seconds. Actually timed it. 8 seconds was the longest, right? It was hilarious. And he had an absolute ball just playing this game. So, I guess I'm just sharing this form with you today to help you start to brainstorm different activities that align with things they enjoy, things that are familiar, maybe things that they really were good at or knew a lot about or still know a lot about, if we can kind of tap into a little bit, like a work activity. And just one final tip, you can also use this form to inform any helpers or outside care providers, or if they're, living in a senior living community now, educate caregivers too that come into your home to provide, you respite. Just having this helps them get to know your person a little bit better first. And maybe even, I'll share this too, the first time you leave the house or have someone new come in, that's a lot. That's very stressful, right? Because sometimes we assume that only we know how to take care of people, or they're not going to like them, or they just really don't have the insight to understand that they need more support. So all these things, right, can make bringing a care provider in other than yourself a little bit stressful. So I would suggest, if this is what you're experiencing, if you can maybe plan out, just have a little bit of an activity plan for that first meeting so that companion doesn't feel so pressured to come up with an activity or converse with someone that they really don't know well, right? And then your person is also likely to be more receptive to having them come around again, right? So they're not just sitting at each other staring, right? And feeling uncomfortable. So some simple suggestions for that first time, of course, kind of reference your list, but could be going through a photo album, reading, like I said, reading an article about your person's hometown. Maybe they provide a tour of the house, or go for a walk, or they make a simple snack together, like ants on a log, or trail mix, or something like that, or get dinner started, right? Or maybe they're just watching a baseball game and they're just talking about stats and favorite players, or that type of thing. Kind of give the people you have coming in just a little bit of a heads up. It'll make life easier for you and for them, because engaging them in something purposeful and enjoyable while you're away, yes, it's going to be good for them, but it's really going to help you feel more comfortable leaving them with someone else. Because really the number one thing that I hear care partners say is that they need time away. They just need time away from their person, and there's nothing wrong with that. Time away just to recharge, to live your life, to enjoy, a conversation that focuses on you for a change. So I'm going to, like I said, put this document in the comment section, and just let me know if you can't get access to it. I'm also going to say, if you need a little help brainstorming, put that in the comments too, and we'll see what, the group can come up with. Okie dokie, that's our little lesson for today. And now it's that time again, just to take a little time away, about 8 minutes worth right now for yourself. So let's take a breath, find a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down, whatever works for you. Anything is perfect. So just like all the stress and pressure, just let all of those strings that are tugging at you just to drift away. And let's just take a deep, gentle breath in and let it out with a take another couple breaths just like that, just to begin to unwind. Aditi Nekrakar is a physician and a stress expert. She says this, quote, "Breaks aren't a nice-to-have luxury. They're a biological necessity," end quote. Breaks are not a luxury. They're a necessity. So in order to be a dementia care partner, it's essential that there are times when we are off duty, just like right now. So right now, I'd like you to bring your hand or hands to your chest or the side of your neck or your wrist to try to find and feel your pulse, the beat of your heart. And if you're having a little trouble finding it, that's okay. Just rest assured you have one. Instead of worrying about finding it, instead just focus attention on your heart space. And you can imagine the beats of the rhythm of your heart. And if you're still enough, you may even be able to feel it from within. And as you're focusing, try not to hold your breath. That can happen. Just breathe at a gentle pace that feels good to you as you continue to just experience the beating of your own heart. Isn't it amazing that our heart beats and our lungs breathe without us even having to think about it? And how often are we, as dementia care partners, running on autopilot without stopping to think about what we need, about meeting our own needs, because we're so focused on the other. And even though it's hard to find time, please give yourself permission to take mini breaks during the day or to schedule time away for yourself. Because as Dr. Aditi says, breaks are not a luxury. They're a necessity. And as you continue to sit and focus on your heart, just imagine there being a bowl there sitting right inside your chest. And imagine that bowl begin to fill up with a warm, smooth, soothing substance, so full that it begins to bubble over and overflow. Just sending you love and nourishment to take with you on your day. I'm going to let the music play out a little bit longer so you can stay here for as long as you like. And as you do so, listen to your heart. What is it telling